In the beginning there was nothing but the command of God, the Lord of all worlds. His throne was above all creation, and everything obeyed him alone. Among his countless creations were the angels, who never disobeyed, and the jinn, who had been created long before mankind. God declared to the angels, "I am going to place a vicegerent, a representative on the earth." The angels, who had always worshipped God without pause, were surprised. They said, "Will you place on earth one who will cause mischief there and shed blood, while we glorify you and praise you?" But God, in his infinite wisdom, replied, "I know what you do not know." Why angels said that? Long before mankind there lived another creation called the jinn. They were beings made from smokeless fire, with free will like humans. Some of them were good, but many spread corruption and bloodshed upon the earth. The jinn lived upon the earth for generations. At first, some among them were obedient, but many fell into pride and rebellion. They divided into groups, fought against one another, and spread mischief and bloodshed upon the earth. Their wars filled the world with corruption, until the angels were sent to drive them away into the islands and mountains. The angels did not question God out of arrogance, for they never disobey him. Rather, they asked because they remembered what the jinn had done upon the earth before. But God, in his infinite wisdom, replied, "I know what you do not know." There was a knowledge and a wisdom that the angels could not yet understand. Then God commanded that clay be gathered from the earth, for from this clay the new creation would be formed. He sent angels down to the earth to collect soil. The first angel came down, but when the earth spoke to him, saying, "I seek refuge in God that you do not take anything from me," the angel returned without taking soil. The second and third angels also returned, respecting the plea of the earth. Finally the angel Izraeel was sent. When the earth begged him not to take soil, Izraeel said, "I must obey the command of my Lord even if you dislike it." And so, by God's will, he gathered clay from different parts of the earth, dark and light, soft and hard, red, brown and black. From this mixture, mankind would be formed, with different colors, temperaments and qualities. Because of his role, Izraeel was given the duty of taking the souls of mankind, and he became known as the angel of death. The clay was brought, and God shaped it into the form of a man. This form stood lifeless, hollow, yet perfectly shaped. For a long time it remained like this, as the angels looked upon it with awe and curiosity. Some say Satan, who was among the jinn but present with the angels because of his worship, circled around the figure of Adam. He tapped on its hollow body and said to himself, "This creation is hollow and weak. I will find a way to mislead him." Already in his heart grew envy and pride. Then came the most honored moment in human history. God, the Almighty, breathed into this clay his spirit. The lifeless form came alive. The man opened his eyes, his chest rose and fell, his heart began to beat, and he was given knowledge, reason, and a soul. This was Adam, the first human being, the first prophet, honored by God himself. God then taught Adam the names of all things, knowledge that even the angels did not possess. The angels were asked, "Tell me the names of these things if you are truthful." They admitted humbly, "Glory be to you, O God. We have no knowledge except what you have taught us." Then Adam spoke and named them, showing the wisdom and understanding God had granted him. The angels realized the greatness of God's plan, and the honor given to Adam. And then God gave his command, "Bow down to Adam." Instantly the angels obeyed. They bowed in respect, not in worship, for worship belongs to God alone. Every angel lowered himself, except one. Satan, who had once been counted among the righteous, refused. Pride swelled in his heart and he declared, "I am better than him. You created me from fire, while you created him from clay." Because of his arrogance and disobedience, God cast Satan out of his mercy. He was cursed until the day of judgment. Humiliated, Satan made a vow before God, "Because you have sent me astray, I will lie in wait for them on your straight path. I will come upon them from the front, from behind, from their right and their left, and you will find most of them ungrateful." God, in his justice, decreed that Satan may test mankind, but warned that his true servants, those who remain sincere, would never be led astray. And so, the story of humanity began, with Adam, the first prophet, created with care and honor, chosen by God to be the father of all mankind. His creation was a sign of God's wisdom, his mercy, and his power, and a reminder that this world is a place of both blessing and trial. And so, the story of Adam's creation came to an end. But this was only the beginning of his journey. For soon, Adam would be placed in paradise, a garden filled with blessings beyond imagination. Yet within that garden, a great test awaited him. Join me in the next story, Adam in Paradise, as we continue this journey from the very first days of mankind.